I think this is probably the best pistol red dot ever made. And you can't buy one. The Aimpoint COA came out almost exactly a year ago with an exclusivity contract with Glock, which means the only way you could get this optic is if you bought a Glock that already came with one. The idea was this would go on for a little bit, then they would release on their own, and other people would start cutting their slides for it, but what ended up happening in reality is they got way too many government contracts, and they pulled them off the shelves. They stopped selling to civilians. So what makes it the best pistol optic? Well, realistically, the name. Aimpoint invented the red dot. They're pretty high up there as far as namesake goes. They've already gotten a lot of success with the Acros. These are very well-respected red dots all around, and the COA is just the spiritual successor to the Acro. It's got way smaller bezels, it's got a cleaner and slightly larger window, it actually fits flush with 9mm slides, or double stack 9mm slides, let me say. Overall, it's just the natural evolution. It really does resemble when smartphones got rid of the home button and then just started pushing the displays edge to edge. If you're shooting with both eyes open, the width of the bezels really doesn't matter at all, but once you try shooting with a COA, it is a little difficult going back to the Acro for no other reason than it just feels nicer. As far as the mounting system goes, the A-cut is really interesting. It kind of wedges itself into the slide, then goes down. This is not really the part I care about of the COA. I'm sure it's a great positive. For me, the main thing is how clean the optic is compared to an Acro. So this 19 COA here is my personal carry gun. I've been carrying this every day for about 6 months now. It's probably got about 4,000 to 5,000 rounds through it. It's a very simple dot. There's no multiple reticle system or different lights or solar panels or anything. It's just a dot that's always been on for me. Very durable, water can't get in it, mounted securely, no problems from an anecdotal person. Before the COA, for about a year, I shot the Acro almost exclusively, and I do love the Acro to this day. The earlier ones had some issues, but they sorted it out pretty quickly as far as I can understand, and you'll be hard-pressed to find somebody who's complaining about Acros outside of calling them microwaves, which they are. So where we're at now, the COA lives in this weird elusive state where you could go to the range and see someone shooting it, but you can't buy one yourself unless you're willing to spend $1,600 to $2,000 on a new Glock. So what are you to do if you want a small bezel, small footprint, large window, enclosed pistol optic? You go to the Chinese. Holosun EPS. The EPS comes in way more flavors than the COA does. You can have a red dot, a green dot, 6 MOA, 2 MOA. You can have multiple reticles. You can have a solar panel. And there's also two sizes, the EPS regular and the EPS carry. The EPS carry, just like the COA, fits perfectly on a double stack 9mm Glock slide. You can mount these via plate to pretty much any optic cut Glock, but I think they really work best when you get them direct mounted to a slide. These are not that much money. Depending on which model you can get them for about $300, going up to $400 if you want all the fancy solar panels and different reticles and stuff. As far as price to performance goes, for, again, your average Joe, Holosuns are a lot more economical, obviously. If you compare the Acro P2, which has an MSRP of $600, to the regular old schmo EPS carry with just a 2 MOA dot and no solar panel, you're looking at like $350 versus $600, which is a large difference. That's a lot of ammo that you could be shooting and training with instead. Don't worry about the weird cut. It was a prototype. We gave up on it. The other side of the slide looks good. I don't see a lot of people complaining about Holosuns. Every once in a while you get a lemon, but at least they have US-based customer support. Speaking of customer support though, Aimpoint has like the most phenomenal customer support. I've had to send in a couple of them before for warranty returns. They don't even ask you questions. They don't ask for receipts. You just send it in, and Holosun gets a little bit more anal. They want your receipts. They want you to show them how much you paid for it and stuff. All these optics are kind of proprietary as far as mounting goes. Not the EPS. The ARM-SC is extremely popular, but for the size of gun that we're talking about, like for a Glock 19 instead of a 43X, nobody offers that stock. You have to get it sent out to get milled, or like I said, use an adapter plate. Speaking of which, we can cut them for you. Yeah, we have a full-time CNC shop. Just give us a call or shoot us an email, and you can give us your slide, and we can get it cut for an EPS so you can get that perfect slide-to-slide thing going on. As far as the A-cut goes, nobody cuts the A-cut. You have to buy a Glock COA. And then the Acro is also a somewhat proprietary cut. There's like 3 red dots that fit on it. Glock does offer a factory think it's the MOS 5. If you manage to get that one, good on you. You probably already have the Acro. We don't know the MSRP of the COA, but we can do some math and speculation. This package, the Glock 19 COA, was an MSRP of $1165, considering that the MSRP of a Glock 19 is usually about $699, even though you never pay that much for them. That would land this at about $400-something. If the COA ever starts being sold again and they actually honor that price, which they probably won't, this will undoubtedly be the best one you can pick up. But until that time comes, I am putting my foot down and saying that you, person watching who's looking for an enclosed pistol sight, buy the Holosun enclosed pistol sight. I think it'll serve you quite well. If you're telling me, fuck you, Chinaman, I ain't buying no communist optic, buy an Acro. It's still a great dot. It's a little money, but, I mean, you don't want Chinese stuff. Buy the Swedish one. It's proven. Still really good. Thank you for watching.